Most people who watched Alcat's Dark Heresy trailer have two questions. Who is this guy in handsome power armor? And is his magnificent, luxurious, astounding mane real? And I, Garessta, as his self-proclaimed #1 fan, knew that I had to answer them. There isn't much said about him in any official books, but I did my best to gather all the mentions. All the sources will be in the video's description. Some call him a 40k Balthazar Geld knockoff, but his name is Anton Zerbe, and he is a Lord Inquisitor of the Order Hereticus and the leader of the Tyrantin Cabal. Very little is known about Anton's past. Only that as an Inquisitor, he roamed the Imperium, fighting against incompetence and corruption within the Adeptus structures, such as Adeptus Ministorum or Ecclesiarchy, Adeptus Arbites, Adeptus Mechanicus, and others. It's unclear when exactly this is changed. All that is known is that one day, after discovering the foreboding knowledge of Perfidium Hereticus Tenebra, he resolved to put all his efforts into studying it and trying to prevent the dangers it foretold. Perhaps he went a little bit mad. Or perhaps he was one of the few to react to this threat with appropriate gravity, and his efforts, though dismissed by most colleagues, might yet save the Calixis sector. And if the Dark Heresy trailer tells me anything, then it's gonna be the latter. Perfidium Hereticus Tenebra is known among Inquisitors as the Prophecy of the Black Doctrine, or the Shadow Heresy, or the Dark Heresy if you want to be cheeky with your translation from High Gothic. It is not a single document, but an entire archive of sources, case studies, and prognostications compiled by the Tyrantin Cabal and hidden in the depths of the Bastion Serpentis, their fortress on Scintilla's moon Lachesis. The full text of the prophecy is open only to Anton Zerbe's most trusted peers, and I imagine you could count those on the fingers of one hand of a manufactorum worker who got into 2 work accidents. The Hereticus Tenebra foretells the arrival of the Tyrant Star, a black star that appears out of nowhere, turns entire worlds to chaos and mayhem, and vanishes just as mysteriously. Its malign influence seeps even into the most distant corners of the sector, and there is so little known about it that even the Inquisitors studying it can't decide whether the Tyrant Star is of Xeno or Chaos origin. Together with Inquisitor Casilda Cognos, Anton Zerbe, just an Inquisitor back then, appealed to Lord Inquisitor Kaiden, the head of the Calixian Conclave, for a leave to form an inner conclave to investigate the Hereticus Tenebra. The Calixian Conclave is the largest congregation of Inquisitors in the Calixis sector, so asking its head for something was no small matter. Many Inquisitors opposed Anton's initiative, thinking that this was simply a power grab. But thanks to Casilda's support, Kaiden agreed to sanction it. It was also Casilda who came up with the plan to form the Tenebra Collegium, the shadow organization operating in the name of Tyrantin's Cabal's goals, even above those of the Calixis Conclave itself. Casilda poured all her brilliance and efforts into the Collegium's creation, but sadly died soon after the first generation of its agents had finished their training. At present, Anton rarely leaves Bastion Serpentis, where he sits on his massively cool and enormously over-the-top throne, always in his gilded power armor and mask, watching over the meetings of the Cabal's Inquisitors. He's not an easily approachable man, doesn't act friendly with anyone, and never plays favorites. No matter the gravity of the accusations brought up against an Inquisitor of the Cabal, Anton would never take one side over another's. His alignment is what I would call radically neutral. No matter the cost, Anton preserves the balance between the factions of the Tyrantin Cabal. He believes all of them are necessary to avert the Hereticus Tenebra, but should any of the sides seize control, all will be doomed. The list of known Inquisitors of the Tyrantin Cabal is a great illustration of Anton's principles. There is an almost iconoclastic reformator Astrid Skane, a radically Puritan witch hunter Rikihus, and even an Inquisitor excommunicated for studying demonic knowledge, a fatalistic demon hunter Ahmazi. Except he's a good guy, especially compared to an officially insane warplover Soldovan, or secretly warmongering anarchist Alianti Revbone. Although I don't know whether or not any of these characters will appear in the upcoming Alcat's Dark Heresy game, I sure hope so, because they all seem so very interesting, just like Anton himself. And I sure hope that Anton keeps them around for some great grand plan, not just on a whim. To keep this boiling cauldron in check, Anton is even willing to send his acolytes to foil the other Inquisitor's plans. And he's not above recruiting acolytes personally if he thinks they have potential. But this isn't the first or the last time Inquisitors have worked against each other. Although Anton doesn't go out into the field often, he is by no means weak in combat. Those who are don't survive in the Inquisition for long. Not only is he a skilled swordsman, as evidenced by the blade carried for him by a personal cherubim, he is also a powerful psyker. Though this remains a secret, kept even from most of the Tyrantin Cabal. So, what role will Anton play in the upcoming Dark Heresy game? After appearing in the animated trailer, just like Theodora, is he going to die in the prologue, just like Theodora? Well, there's been no confirmation yet, but Stark, the Alcat's community manager, gave us hope that Anton might live a long and fulfilling life. It's likely he will be the protagonist's mentor for at least a part of the game. And this all leaves us with the last unanswered question. Is Anton's hair real? I have no idea. The original illustration shows him without the mask, but it can still be a wig, or hair extensions, or the work of dark powers, or even an entire sheep sitting on his head. All I know that in my heart, the hair is just as real as my excitement for and anticipation of playing the Dark Heresy Open Alpha in the future. Stay safe, everyone. Garessta's out.